Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a very long time since we last spoke and saw each other. I have been away for a good month with good reason, and I don't regret doing that. Actually, I was feeling bad when it first happened, but now I realize that I was not in a great frame of mind. But before we get into the details of this video, please go ahead to like, share and subscribe, and just support your big sister with an opinion always. And let's get right into it. So today's video is basically going to be talking about burnout. We'll be covering burnout in this video, and I'm going to divide it into four main talking points, which is basically 3 types of symptoms you must be looking at, and then solutions. So before we get into it, yes, I was away for a month, and I had not realized this, but I had been in burnout for quite some time now. And I think for those of you that do not know, in February, I was involved in a car accident, and that was just an immediate decline in terms of my life and a lot of things. So it first started off with, me obviously going through the trauma of being in a car accident for the first time in my entire life. The next was like restless nights or not sleeping well. The next thing was just not giving my all in terms of recording YouTube videos and actually like running with my business. The next thing was not putting on makeup. I know, weird thing, right? But not putting on makeup like Christelle usually does, and getting dressed up and just being put together and being fabulous Christelle. And the next thing was just being absent-minded from a lot of things, just a lot of things. But yeah, I'm in a better space now. We had a spa day about 3 weeks ago at work, and I didn't realize how important it was for me to have that. And had I not had that, I would not be in front of this camera right now. So the first thing I would like to cover in terms of burnout and how to experience it is you mainly have physical, emotional, and behavioral symptoms. And I'm going to read from my laptop, so if you see me looking this way, please forgive me. But I'm just going to run through the points quickly and add my spice a little bit towards the end. First things first is physical symptoms. So what are some of the physical symptoms? Number 1 is just feeling tired, lowered immunity, frequent headaches or muscle pains, and a change in appetite or sleep habits. Now, these are the physical signs of burnout. I was definitely going through a phase where I was always feeling tired, even if I slept for 8 hours. I wasn't getting sick as much, but I know that I would have a little bit of a sniffle or like a bit of a cold, even though in general I am a healthy person. The next thing is just that I felt so much pain and like just so much tension, especially like in my upper neck, right, like in my neck right here, and my shoulders, and it even extended right all the way to my arms, and sometimes the pain would go all the way to my head. So if you are having any of these physical symptoms, definitely go and seek professional help. I think it is important for each of us to try and heal and just be healthy holistically. The next thing is emotional signs, which is 1, a sense of failure and self-doubt, feeling helpless, trapped, and defeated. The next thing is detachment, feeling alone, and loss of motivation, just a negative outlook on life, and a decreased sense of accomplishment and achievement. And yes, I had also gone through all of this actually, to a point where I had neglected my business, and through my neglection, I wasn't able to accomplish the things I had set out for myself in the first 3 months of this year, which was actually, it's actually sad, but my mind was just not in it, and I was just not there, like I was not present at all. The next thing is just behavioral signs, which is withdrawal, isolation, procrastination. Yes, that is another sign. Using food, alcohol, or drugs just to cope with your burnout. And the next thing is taking out your frustration on others. Now, burnout definitely leads to depression and is a definite sure sign of depression. Like I had mentioned earlier on, is that you must seek professional help if you are going through these difficult times, and that you must deal with yourself so that you can project a better you in terms, not just for other people, but in your work. It must reflect in the things that you do. It must just reflect in you all over. All right. So what are the solutions solutions to dealing and coping with burnout. Like I said, one is ask for help, whether it is, like I said, seeking a therapist, a coach, or a psychologist, speaking to your manager, because sometimes, they don't understand the type of pressure that you're under, or maybe you're lacking that support in order for you to cope with the strenuous workload. Another thing is that if you do not have any money to seek professional help, speak to a trusted friend. Speak to a trusted friend or your mom. Mom's always there to listen, or a dad, a sibling, anybody that has your best interest at heart. You can even speak to your pastor or any religious or spiritual leader that you may have in your life. Sometimes even just writing it out and speaking to God, for those of you that are spiritual. The next solution is to just change your current outlook on life. Now, I don't have a solid idea of what that looks like and what it may look like to you, but I think as you begin to speak about it, then you might try to find solutions, on how you can change and shift your perspective so that you can have a better outlook on your life. The next thing is to just reevaluate and reassess your priorities. For example, if it is work that is stressing you out and you're not coping, I think maybe you need to be a little bit less accessible and available after working hours. So if you're not going to be, if you know that you want to be at home by 5:30, and you just don't be on your emails, don't take calls for business, tell people to contact you in the morning during working hours. If you need to take time to just to unwind and just to relax, either that is taking a long bath by yourself, getting your kids to bed early if you can, going for a walk, even painting or drawing, whatever the case may be. You just need to reassess and reevaluate. Things that are not urgent or not important must be put into the back burner, and things that are important and urgent must be put to the forefront. Just try and prioritize your life in that sense. The next thing is to exercise. Now, this is something that I feel like is important, and everybody should try to incorporate this into their daily life. Now, I used to exercise before. I wasn't doing anything hectic or anything crazy, but at least go to the gym maybe twice a week. Maybe you can exercise in your house. And I also want to get back into the routine of doing yoga again, which is amazing because it helped, just for me to release all the tension and to stretch my body out after sitting in front of the computer like this for 8 hours. All those things. So incorporate exercise and even yoga into your life. The next thing is to just change your diet. Definitely change your diet. It is so easy to eat mindlessly because you're so busy, just working. And I know that I'm guilty of it because I love food. But I'm changing that habit, because then you find yourself gaining the extra kilos and you're like, where did this come from? But you've been really eating mindlessly, or you've been using food as a way of just coping with the stress. You've been using it to just forget it. It's such a comforting thing. If food is comforting to you in that sense, I think you seriously need to reevaluate how your relationship is with food and any other substance for that matter. And the last point is just to get good sleep and stick to it. Now, I definitely can relate to this because for the longest time in my life, I was a night owl. And when I started working like a proper 9 to 5, it was difficult for me to readjust to working during the day and not at night. And also, just sticking to it. So now I just tell myself that by 12:30 is the latest I should be in bed. And then I'm up by 6:30, because if I sleep at 10 o'clock, I'm going to be up at 4, and then I can't sleep. And then when I want to sleep, I have to wake up. So just create a healthy routine, because for some people 4 hours is enough sleep for them. For others 4 hours is not a great amount of sleep. So I hope this video has motivated you and encouraged you to actually look into burnout. The truth is, burnout can lead to depression and is one of the sure signs of depression. If you need any help, you need to seek any help, I'll definitely leave some links down below for you to seek help and to seek counsel. And people, remember, we here on this channel we promote holistic wellness over just, I don't know what the other wellness is, but just, overall wellness. That's what I promote here. Anyways, enough of me blabbing. Enough of me talking. Let me just say good night and God bless. Bye-bye.